Yeah, NBA Straya, how are you going? Hang on, I hope you're right, you should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Thursday, December 5, and I've got to go drink some beers. Oh, and a surprise twist, Jim, yes. No, it's Thursday, and it's a beautiful day here in Melbourne, so I'm just saying. It's a dangerous time to be a tin. That's what I'm trying to say. I am your host, James Clements. You can see my ugly mug on the panel, the official NBL Supercoach show. You can see me on the AFL Today show, NFL Australia, all the good stuff. I'm here in the fancy studios, the Sports Today studio, aka the James Clements Excellence in Podcasting Memorial Studio, he says, as he stumbles over it. Fun one today, because the Lakers stink, and that's just the best. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I think we actually pointed out on the fake not fake Spotify rap, but definitely a fake Spotify rap, about how many minutes I spend shitting on the Lakers. I mean, it's a lot because it's fun. KD's out for a couple of weeks. We've got Zion injury updates. There's a bunch of other stuff. And we've got 6 games to wrap up. A couple of weird, janky ones in there too. We sort of called this yesterday. It was a weird lineup today. So we're talking about the NBA Straya Game Wraps. We've got That's Not a Knife, Old Mate, No Mate, Spud of the Night, Better Than Lonzo Ball, /Brodie James. We've got some Nas, the Unpopular Opinion of the Day, and Outback Takehouse, where we're serving up a flame grill take. There's the Australian Player Watch. And I think we've got an Andrew Gaze Grey Mumber Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence, which is like a collective team one. We'll throw in Kiwi Corner in there as well, and then we'll pick and preview Friday's games, which is kind of fun. Because, spoiler alert, tomorrow I've got the day off. I'm going to be at Good Things Festival. So I'll do like a very quick weekend preview show in the morning, post it, and off you go, and that'll be all that's going on in that one. So better strap in, I guess, because this is a good one. It's an actual proper show. Let's bloody well get into it. Episode 1169. Nice. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek.
This is Nick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya. You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better watch out for the 311 hangover attack if you mate Jim. Geez, Jim, are you old? And if you go to back-to-back shows, you cooked? Yes. I'm so tired. The problem is, the hangover is not that bad. I'm just rooted. I'm so tired. It's just ridiculous. But 311 was awesome last night. No surprises there. They ruled. It was fun as hell. The other thing that ruled was all the fucking people that came up and said g'day. It was unreal. Hey, Jimmy, hey! It was awesome. I think my favourite one was watching somebody in an NBA Straya t-shirt go sailing past me while they were crowd surfing. That might have been the greatest moment of my life. That was unreal. Crowd surfing in an NBA Straya t-shirt at 311. That is just time as a flat circle, just unrealness. So very, very stoked. The problem is, watch out for the shack attack. Yeah, I got to go do more drinking. We've got our not Christmas party for work at a place where beer comes in steins. So, yeah, it's probably just as well I'm not doing a big, full, proper show tomorrow because I don't know if I'd be up to it. But anyway, yeah, as I mentioned at the top of the show, tomorrow's show, because I got the day off, but I'll be at the festival all day. So what I'm just going to do tomorrow morning is just preview the Saturday, Sunday, Monday games over the weekend, post that for you. And just have some picks, etc. So that'll be like a little quasi half show, I guess. We'll see how we go. Also, I'll tell you what, watch out for the shack attack. There's actually like a fun little shack thing where he's teamed up with Pepsi, and you can get Pepsi Zero Sugar Gingerbread mini can. Again, if it's not Shaq-a-roni season, apparently it's Zero Sugar Gingerbread mini cans of Pepsi. I don't know what all those words put together mean, but I'm on board. Shaq, the greatest pitchman of our generation. I think he's making something weird and it looks unreal. So there's a video of him making some sort of weird gingerbread. I'm confused, but now hungry. Right, let's start today's show. The way we start every show here in NBA Straya, apparently with me complaining about how old I am and drinking too much. Again, surprise twist. No, it's also with the daily whip round. Kevin Durant. I mentioned this one on yesterday's show. So he left at halftime in that game yesterday for the Suns. And you're like, ooh, twisted his ankle. So it's 1 to 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks with the ankle sprain. That sucks for the Suns. Like, this is the thing. They can just never goddamn well get all three of their dudes, Devin Booker, Brad Beal, Kevin Durant, on the floor at the same time for any extended period of time. It sucks. Like, if you're a Suns fan, you'd be tearing out your hair. If you're everybody else, you're like, I just don't want them to be shit. Like, I just want them to be good. When the Suns are good, it's fucking fun. They're a fun team. They've got fun colors. I would argue probably like one of the 2-3 best sets of colors in the NBA when they don't fuck it up. But wow, can we get some clear fucking air with Devin Booker, Brad Beal, and Kevin Durant? Jesus, it stinks. Anyway, but at the same time, that sort of gets him around back in time for Christmas and gear, so hopefully he's all good. Other injury news, I did love the Pelicans. They came out and were like, Zion, at least 2 more weeks. Which in Zion speak is at least 6. Because, in a week's time, you'll pull a hammy getting up and going to the fridge to get another beer. So we've all been there. So Zion, I don't know. He's not going to play till January, is he? I don't reckon. And then finally, Steph and Draymond are going to be out for that Golden State-Houston game, which I think is tomorrow, I want to say. Maybe the day after. Let's have a look. I believe, yes, tomorrow. And for some reason, Houston were underdogs when I last looked. So, yeah, I had already picked Houston, then saw this news. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Something's not computing. Anyway, good stuff. Fun times, great memories. G.G. Jackson, there was actually an update on him as well if you're a Grizzlies fan. G.G. Jackson, not to be confused with Jaren Jackson Jr., which is JJJ. But he had surgery in the offseason, well, the preseason, he had the fifth metatarsal, that weird bone in his foot. So he's out. Well, at least they've given us an update. So it's another basically 6 to 8 weeks, so another 2 months. And that's good. The Grizzlies kind of need him to come off the bench and just give him that sort of extra solid wing punch. So anyway, good stuff. Not bad. Good size. Let's do some game wraps. Game wraps. Let's do it. What a weird day. So Detroit lose to Boston 120 to 130. No Jrue Holiday, no Jason Tatum for the Celtics, but they do get the extreme zinger meal. He comes back, he crushes it. Boston were smashing them in this game, and then Detroit just went, hey, let's just hit fucking all the threes. Seriously, they're up they were down 20 or whatever. They hit 4 straight threes. You're like, what the fuck is going on? It was an 8-point game. It was a 5-point game late in the fourth quarter. You're like, what the shit? I started punching Stats Boy in the head because his shitty team was going to screw it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I picked Detroit on yesterday's show. Nailed it. Plus 14.5. They lose by 10. But then essentially, the Celtics were like, we've got Hauser, we've got Pritchard, we're fine. And you're like, hang on a second. How does that, are we going to mention Zinger and Jaylen Brown? Yeah, they were really good. But Hauser and Pritchard were absolutely awesome. It's chaos. I didn't even think I mentioned Sam Hauser the other day when I was talking about the Quincy 5. I didn't even think about this. I think they might have the all-white 5 that they can roll out there. It's absolute. Drew Peterson is just yes, mate. Nailed it. But anyway, Hauser, he's very handy. He was really good. Anyway, Cade Cunningham, he was awesome in this game too. And the Pistons went 20 of 39 from downtown to give themselves a shot. Unfortunately, the Celtics also hit a shit ton of threes and ended up 130 to 120. You're taking the piss at that point. But the Celtics, 21 of 53 from downtown. Anytime you've gone 21 of 53, you're fucking in the bag, buddy. Not when you let the other team go 20 of 39, just saying. But anyway, Cade had 27, 9, and 14 assists. Shot 11 and 21 from the floor. He had 6 turnovers, but was playing a bit of a lone hand there for a big chunk of time. But Tobias Harris was handy. Like, in honor of this show, no doubt, he went and shot 6 of 9. Nice. From 3 for his 27. Malik Beasley hit 6 of 11 from 3 as well. He had 23. He was just nailing it all late. It was chaos. The big problem for them is like Jaden Ivey's just had like a couple of weird, not as great games as Cade came back and they've had to reacclimate to like playing with each other. So he had 11, bit of a rough one. For the Celtics, the extreme singing meal had 26 and 9. V nice. Jaylen Brown had 28, 6 and 9 as well. Went 1 of 6 from downtown. But anyway, Sam Hauser, the 20 points. He hit 5 of his 10 threes. 14 and 11 for D. White. Very nice. And Pritchard. Pritch better have my money. He had 19. Absolutely crushed it. That is your 6th man of the year. Running away with it. Detroit are now 9 and 15. Boston 18 and 4. Hey, India shit. They really are. 90. They lost to Brooklyn in Brooklyn, 99. Now, Brooklyn did get Cam Johnson back, and he did have 26. He also didn't hit any shots that weren't threes, apart from his free throws. He went 7 of 13 from downtown. They were all the field goals he hit. Nick Claxton had 16 and 8. Shake had 15 off the bench. Anytime you're getting beaten by Shake Milton, though, you've got a lot of problems. And Indy have a lot of problems. Halliburton shot 5 of 13 and 1 of 7 from downtown. It's getting to be a real fucking problem with him on the road being shit house. He was good against Toronto yesterday, yeah, but this is Brooklyn. They're not exactly a fucking defensive juggernaut, you know what I'm saying? Dennis Schroeder, I am John Rondo, couldn't hit a fucking shot. Box Hill, Benny Simmons came back. He's obviously nursing that knee injury. He had a half decent one, like 7, 7, and 9, but still, Indy. And it's like, oh, we've got injuries. Yeah, you're missing Andy Nemhard and fucking Aaron Naismith. Like, that's not enough to only be fucking scoring 90 against Brooklyn. It's like, this was one of the best offenses in the league last year, and they've completely fallen apart. The one good thing, though, was Johnny Furphy. That's right, Froths. I love me some Johnny Furphy. The Aussie, he hit a career-high 4 threes. Amazingly enough, he now has the exact same amount of threes in his NBA career as Ben Simmons has. Ben Simmons was drafted in fucking 1922. Like, what are we doing? It's absolutely gnarly. All years approximate, of course. But Furph hit 4 threes, all in the first half, ends up with 12 points. He was awesome. But outside of that, it's like, holy shit. They got a career-high 12 points from Johnny Furphy, and they still only managed fucking 90 points, this team. Siakam, 14 and 6. Benny Mathurin shot 3 of 12 for his 8 points. TJ McConnell had 14 points. And you're like, hang on a second. What are you doing, Miles Turner? And Miles Turner's like, yeah, I don't know, man. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, took 8 shots. It's like, are you getting towed up by Nick Claxton? Is this what's happening? It's like, okay. Indy stink. They're 9 and 14. They've lost 4 in a row and 7 of their last 10. Yeesh. Brooklyn are randomly 10 and 13 and in the playoffs. It's fucked. The East sucks. Speaking of sucking, the Lakers stink. That was a pretty good impersonation, I thought. That was all right. 93, LA. Miami, 134. Now, if you're playing along at home, that is a 41-point absolute shit pumping that Miami put on the Lakers. Oh, geez, Jim, I guess AD and LeBron didn't play. No, they did play. They were also just shit. It was chaos. The Lakers just suck. They went 5 of 22 from downtown. Tyler Hero hit more threes in the third fucking quarter than the Lakers did all game. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. LeBron wasn't bad. He had 29 points. He missed another 3 to start off the game. He finally got one. He went 1 of 4 from downtown eventually. But they just got fucking steamrolled. Anthony Davis couldn't do shit. He had just an egregiously horrible triple single, 8, 7, and 5. Shot 3 of 14. Blah! It was just gross. Rui Hachimura had 14 as well. And was just, like, everybody else was just fucking horrible for the Lakers. Like, Dalton Connect, 1 of 4. D'Lo went 5 of 13. Max Christie, 4 of 8. He was okay. He had 11 points, but he was still a minus 19 in 26 minutes. Cam Reddish is bad at basketball. Gabe Vincent can't hit a shot and he hit a magic number, which is amazing. The day after 3-11 bloody play, and no one hits the magic number yesterday. We get 2 today. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. Meanwhile, the Heat hit 24 of 47 from downtown. Now, if you hit 19 more threes than the opposition, I'm no maths genius, but you're probably going to fucking win that game. Hero has 31, goes 9 of 16 from downtown. He nearly hit double the amount of threes the Lakers did as a team. Absurd. 14, 10, and 7 for Bam. You had Jimmy Butler just everywhere causing all sorts of havoc. He finishes with 17 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a couple of steals, just laying it on thick. Terry Rozier had 16 points as well, and the Lakers are a fucking train wreck. Like, the quotes coming out after this game, like, we weren't prepared, we didn't know, we had no passion. Channing Frye's like, they fucking lost this game before the game started, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And me, I'm like, fuck yes, this is awesome. Lakers chaos is gold for me. I'm all about it. They are now 12-10, this Los Angeles Lakers team. Miami are 10-10, and I'm still not convinced they're very good. We just saw Kevin Love basically shut down Anthony Davis. You're like, what the? In the year 2024. Like, it's just insane. The Lakers, oh boy, I'm going to talk about them again soon. Hey, Orlando and Philly, that was a fun game. The Magic win at 106-102. Philly, no Paul George. And Franz Wagner, hello, goes whoopang. The Sixers stuck around, though, and they came absolutely flying back into this late. Maxey just couldn't get in, like, anything, really. He missed all of his threes. He went 0 of 7 from downtown. McCain, though, and this is kind of my favorite thing about watching the Sixers, Jared McCain is awesome. Right? He was just hitting these fucking one-handed push shots off the glass, these floaters. It was unreal. Meanwhile, Maxey shot, 7 of 19? 7 of 19, 0 of 7 from downtown. He finished with 16 points. McCain had 24. Kelly Oubre with no Paul George. It's like, oh, we're going to feature Kelly Oubre. And you're like, this is not good for anybody. And Kelly Oubre is like, nah, check this out. I'm going to blow kisses to the bench. I'm like, how about you win the game and then blow some kisses, Kelly? He's like, nah, no can do, Jim. 15 for him. Yabusele, he's been great, hasn't he? What a pickup. He had 15, 7, and 4. But this is it. If Maxey's not going to be like shooting fucking flames out his ass because he's being just straight killed by Jalen Suggs, yeah, he got sugged. He got sugged to death. God damn. Happened to me once. Gross. But anyway, the Suggs effect is real. And Maxey just got put through the blender. Like, it was brutal. So without him going off, the Sixers gave themselves a chance, but without that extra scoring punch from him, they couldn't quite do it, obviously, without Paul George and Joel Embiid. So 8 of 29 shooting from downtown for the Magic, man. Didn't really matter. Suggs actually hit 4 of those. He had 4 of 8 shooting from downtown with his 17 points. Franz Wagner was absolutely awesome. 35, 7, and 2. Shot the piss out of it. 12 of 23. He only went 1 of 6 from downtown, but Jesus, on a back-to-back, that was a huge game from him. Johnny Isaac had 14 and 2 steals and 2 blocks, crushing it. And that's a good win for Orlando because I think, we ended up going with Philly on yesterday's picks, and I never felt good about it. But there was, you could see how this was going to roll out into, if Maxey could have hit a couple more shots, they probably win this game, but they didn't. So Philly dropped to 5 and 15. Oh, God. And the Magic are 16 and 8. Then we nailed this call yesterday after, how much toing and froing did we have, producer Gerald? I reckon it was Atlanta, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Milwaukee. Oh, gee, Willikers, Jim, I reckon I might say Milwaukee, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, no, Atlanta, fucking, oh, God. And, I stood here just going, oh, I don't fucking know. And I ended up going with Atlanta. Nailed it. 119-104. My reasoning, it turns out, was actually pretty bang on because defensively, the Bucks are a bit over the shop. And this is the other sort of thing. I didn't actually mention on yesterday's show. They haven't beaten good teams, the Bucks. And that goes down again. I think they're 1-9 against teams with a winning record so far this year. That's not good. With this win, the Hawks are now above 500. So they also had Dyson Daniels to sort of make Dame's life a bit of a pain in the ass. Dame had a half-decent game, but the fucking size and length of the Hawks when you got Capella, Double J, Jalen Johnson. And so Capella, Jalen Johnson, Dyson and co out there. It just, sometimes it's kind of fucking hard. And offensively, the Hawks went absolutely ham. They had 70 in the first half. And you're like, this is way too fucking easy. And you'd sort of look at that and go, oh, well, Trae Young must have gone off. No. He's had, as I said on, like, was it the power rankings or whatever yesterday? He's had a fucking weird year. Like, he's leading the league in assists, but he can't fucking hit a shot at all. It's like he's somehow Freaky Friday'd himself into, like, John Stockton. Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird. But John Stockton could have at least hit a couple of these fucking shots. I'm just saying. But ringing up 70 on them in the first half on the Bucks in Milwaukee and then just keeping them at arm's length the rest of the fucking way. Like, watching this one and you got the Bucks. I was listening to the Bucks commentary, which is, it's just, it's a bit of a punish. Like, Philly is bad. The Warriors are bad. The Bucks are just kind of fucking boring. So anyway, the Hawks just managed to always answer because the Bucks defense just couldn't get stops when it mattered. Jalen Johnson is just like, oh, transition dunk. Here we go. Check this out. And the Bucks are all looking at each other going, hey, who was on him? There was an incredible moment. Kobe Buffkin just got fucking deleted twice in a row. But anyway, Bucks, Giannis had 31, 11, and 5. He shot 8 of 14. He went to the line 26 times and hit 15 of 26 free throws. Who does he think he is? The Mavs? Jesus. Still can't get over the fact they had 27 fucking free throws yesterday. Anyway, in the fourth. Anyway, Dame had 25, 4, and 5. He goes 5 and 9 from downtown, but like never really felt at ease in any moment, I think, in this game, which is pretty weird to sort of say. He shot 8 of 14, but he had 5 turnovers to go with his 5 assists. And like that's the sort of problematic Dame game where it's like, oh, he's scoring okay-ish, but he's not going off, and he's also turning the ball over a bit. You've won that equation. So pretty good. Jalen Johnson ends up with 23, 13, and 5 for the Hawks. Oh, yeah, and I guess for the Bucks, like no one else did shit. That was the big problem. Like Gary Terrence Trent D'Arby Jr., he had 11. Torian the Red Bull Prince had 10. They took 78 shots to 103, the Bucks. So they went to the line, though, obviously 35 times, 26 of which were Giannis, 22. So that's a big difference because they had 18 fucking turnovers. So the Bucks just cooked this one. For the Hawks, as mentioned, Jalen Johnson, absolute ascending superstar. Like, he's so fucking good. It's like they went, hey, remember John Collins? What have we made him better? It's like, well, here's Jalen Johnson. You're like, oh, neat. You know, roughly the same sort of draft pick area as well. Anyway, Trae Young was 17, 4, and 7. He shot 6 of 19, 0 of 9 from 3, but didn't kill him. 20 for DeAndre Hunter. This actually might be the thing about Atlanta. They moved DeAndre Hunter to the bench. DeAndre Hunter! And he's been fucking awesome. I mentioned this on yesterday's show, I think. He's really good. He's shooting the piss out of it. And anyway, he had 20. Zachary Rissache had 12 and 5. Clint Capella had 17 boards. Bogdan. Now he's cruising as well. He had 15 points. He was crushing it. That's a good bloody win for the Hawks. They're 12 and 11. And the Bucks dropped to 11 and 10. And then finally a shit pumping by the Wolves on the Clippers. It ends up being 28 points, 108 to 80. The Clippers were literally never in there. Well, they were at the start, and then they got fucking steamrolled in that first quarter, in the back half of it, and the Wolves never stopped. It was crazy. Ends up 33-14 at the end of that first quarter, and they never let up. The Clippers had 32 points at the half. It was absolutely fucking nuts. And there was like a story out earlier today. It's like, yeah, James Harden doesn't want to rest, man. It's like, you know, we try to get him to take a game off here and there and just like, you know, and he doesn't want to. It's like, yeah, because, I don't know, he's got to work off those fucking wings and stripper glitter somehow, right? So anyway, maybe Harden should have taken the day off because he's going to win Spud of the night. He went 1 of 10. Brutal. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Gross. Chris Dunn goes 1 of 8, 2 of 7 for Cam Christie. As a team, they shot under 35% from the floor. They had 21 turnovers. It was an absolute fucking train wreck. So both the LA teams today were fucking shit. It was amazing. You got 24 and 4 for Julius Randle. You got 16 for Ant-Man. And I really fucking wish someone had told me that Ant-Man's got like 3 secret kids, allegedly, before I was all like, yeah, Timberwolves, it's their year. He's going to go fucking supernova. You can't go supernova if you've got fucking 4 kids and you're like 22. You just can't, allegedly. He's doing, like, suddenly you're fucking dealing with, like, paternity tests with, like, some lady who's already got a kid with Lil Baby and, like, another one who's got, like, a kid with fucking Chief Keef and all this sort of shit, allegedly. Of course you're not going to fucking win the MVP. I'm so angry. Why did no one write the fucking article about this? I'm like, this is an athletic story that you go and you look at and you go, oh, yeah, maybe the Wolves won't be this good this year because Ant-Man's got fucking 87 kids. And he's 22. Probably not fucking smart, just saying. I've got 2 and I'm rat shit all the time. Like, all the time. It's fucked. Anyway, he shot 5 of 14, 4 of 9 from downtown, 16, 6 and 4. He had 4 steals. He had a good one. But they got 13 from Josh Minott. That's awesome. They got 10 points from Luka Garza. If you're getting Luka Garza double-digit for scoring on you, your team sucks, and away they go. They just fucking put one on them. They went 16 of 44 from downtown. Bang! That's a big win for the Wolves. They're 10 and 10, back up to 500. You love to see that. And I think the Clippers, actually, they might be 11 and 10 now, the Wolves, I think. Yeah, 11 and 10, and the Clippers are now 14 and 10. Bit wobbly. Right, let's do an NBA Straya Proof performance of the night, though.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
There goes my hero. Watch him fuck up LeBron. That's what he did. Tyler Hero just went, ever seen Fantastic Four? And the dude goes flame on. And he's like, a skinny white dude? Yeah, it's me. Bang, Tyler Hero. Turned into the fucking, what is it, Johnny Storm? Boom, nailed it. Flame on, absolutely torched it, was just shooting flames out his dick. Like, it was just fucking everywhere. Like, he was awesome. 21 points in the third quarter, lit him up. Just talk about kicking a fucking team while they're down. When it's the Lakers, it's funny as hell. Honorable mention today goes to Franz Wagner, hello, who had the 35 in a really, really hard-fought game against the Sixers. But Hero, that was such a fucking knife. It's like, oh, you think you guys are going to have a crack and maybe come back in this game? Not on my fucking watch. Bang! Absolutely crushed it. Outscored the Lakers by himself in the third quarter. That's absurd. Fuck, he was good. 9 of 16 from downtown, as I mentioned. Nearly doubled the amount of threes that the entirety of the Lakers hit. 11 and 19 overall, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. He was awesome. Tyler, there goes my hero. And Franz Wagner gets the honorable mention. Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is
Spud of the night. Fat Man Who Barely Clan. That's right, James Harden, 1 of 10. It was brutal. We also got Benny Mathurin go 3 of 12. Anthony Davis go 3 of 14. Trae Young's 0 of 9 from downtown was pretty special. 2 of 11 for Dennis. Should I am driving Rondo. And I'll tell you what, there was also who was the other one on the Clippers that I just fucking said? Chris Dunn, 1 of 8 as well. Not great, but I would very much like to thank, having seen 311 last night and just, I don't think I actually banged on enough about that show. You know how, like, I'm so fucking lucky, obviously, to be able to go all, 2 shows, have like a fucking cool job where I can then talk about it, whatever. But I just spent Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday I go see Frank Turner at the ESPY, fucking just plastered fucking smile on my face. Love Frank Turner. He's awesome. Smashing tins with old mate. We had a great fucking time. And then last night go to 311, hang out with a couple of mates, run into another couple of mates there. You're like, this is awesome. And just fucking smiled the entire, like, I had so much fucking fun watching 311. I'm like, this is just awesome. Like, I know all of these fucking songs. These guys rule. The vibes in this room are fucking amazing. Same as Frank Turner. And I was just giddy with glee. Like, I was just so fucking happy with it. It was awesome. So that was cool. And with that in mind, we would like to thank you, Gabe Vincent, and Derek White from downtown for shooting. Yeah! Woo! Oh, yeah. God, when they played that, it was fucking on for young and old. 311. Tunes. All right, what about a bit of Old Mate Nomads?
Old mate, no mate.
Old mate, no
Old mate,
mates.
no
Old
mate.
mate,
No
no
mate.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mate.
Who's got no mates today? JJ Redick. We already mentioned him on yesterday's show as having old mate, no mates. Now he's got even fewer mates because the knives are getting sharpened already. When you suddenly you've turned from the golden boy of like, oh, JJ Redick is an amazing coach already. He could go down as the greatest coach ever. To, you know that Darvin Ham had a better record than him at this point of the season last year, right? Like, that is a fucking quick 180. It's like, oh shit, 12-10. Under Darvin Ham, they were 13-9 at this point last year. So yeah, a bit of a tough one. But you're getting it. He's like, JJ Redick's like, I'm embarrassed. We're all embarrassed. It's not a game where we had the right fight, the right professionalism. There has to be some ownership. I own this, but there's going to have to be some ownership on the court. Ruh-roh. JJ's like, oh, yeah, I don't feel like we're together as a group right now. It doesn't feel like we're together in huddles. Oh, really? So is this the same team that, like, allowed their star guy to, like, draft his son? Is that the same team? Oh, yeah, so it is. Yeah, interesting. Channing Frye was also like, yeah, this is the worst effort I've ever seen in the last few years. The Lakers team quit before the game even started. In no world should my guy, Kevin Love, be able to guard AD or AD not go at him every time. I am absolutely here for how bad this fucking Lakers season is going. But Jim, they're 12-10. They are 12-10. That's the only saving grace right now. But because I think in yesterday's power rankings, the videos are out. Go check them out on the socials. I think we had them in the like utter butt category, or not the utter butt category. They were bad, but also not fun. Because there's like the only fun part about watching them now is like how just shit and like how much of a train wreck it is. Like, it's awesome. Because the biggest thing for me is like, oh, but we don't have Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves should not matter this much to your fucking team. Right? Like, it's insane. They are so bad. They got to trade. Like, D'Lo's just like, fuck, I'll pack my bags now. Like, it's fine. Brutal. Anyway, a bit of a pantsing of the night. Poor Kobe Buffkin. He got on back-to-back possessions where he got absolutely deleted. Lopez just fucking ruined that poor kid. It was brutal. Jaylen Brown also got beef stew pretty nicely too. Double-handed dunk right on his head. That was a sick yam. Couple of good pantsings there. And finally, better than Bronny James / Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Got two for you today, which is pretty fun. Johnny Furphy, obviously. 12 points today, 4 of 9 from downtown, 4 of 8 from downtown. Sorry, 4 of 8 from downtown, 4 of 9 from the floor. So he had 12 points. That far outstrips Bronny James's career high. So Johnny Furphy, better than Bronny James, obviously. But also a little bit of an NBL throwback to Trenton Flowers. Might remember him from last year on the Adelaide 36ers. Got on the court today for the Clippers again. 14 minutes, 4 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 2 from downtown. But he had 9 points and 4 rebounds. And he was a plus 11 in a game that they got fucking killed in by 28 points. Great job, Trenton Flowers. I love that. Good on him. I'm just happy he got some run. All right, let's do some quick yeah-nahs right after, let's say, this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do it. Let's do some yeah-nahs. Dave, my man Dave Boo, sent through a good yeah-nah. Is JJ Redick having them, what the fuck did I get myself into thoughts yet, Jim? As usual, loving this show, mate. Thumbs up. Thank you, Dave. I reckon he has actually started having those thoughts. You're right. Yeah. I think he's like, those first couple of weeks, he's like, this fucking coaching cape is a piece of piss. This is fucking easy. We're winning. Everybody fucking loves me. Now it's like 7 weeks into the season, he's like, this is fucked. Everybody's blaming, oh, that's right, Muggins over here. So JJ's just like very, very quickly caught on to the fact that when you're in LeBron's orbit, it's never LeBron's fault. It's your fucking fault. So I think he's just gone, oh, yeah, this sucks. And it goes with the old adage, right? Like the toughest thing to fucking do in coaching is to coach an aging superstar. And LeBron is like basically, by any measure, one of the top 2 players in NBA history. And I've still got MJ number 1. I always will. And the turnovers are a problem. The shooting is a problem. And it's not going to get better because he's old as fuck. So, yeah. I reckon JJ's like just staring down the barrel going, God damn. At least I'm getting paid a lot of money to deal with this shit, but fucking hell. It's a good one. It's a great call, Dave. Very well timed as well. Stats Boy had a good one today. Geez, Jim, will the Pacers make the playoffs? I think it might have been, will the Pacers miss the playoffs? And I'm like, geez, little stats man, I don't know. He's about to go down and have a couple of steins, and those beers they're bigger than him. Ever seen a beer bigger than a boy? Yes. So the Pacers are currently 10th. 10th in the East. This is the team that made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Like, they're 9-14. As I said, they've lost 4 on the trot. They've lost 7 of the last 10. And they just look completely discombobulated. Like, most of it comes down to the fact that Tyrese Halliburton in the first 2/3 of last year, well, the first half of last year, was an all-NBA point guard, one of the very best point guards in the entire league. And this year is only good at home, basically, and then good for like 1 out of every 6 games on the road. And spends more of his time thinking about Caitlin Clark, maybe? I don't know. It's fucking weird. And like, that's so much of what drives this. Like, it's just Halliburton being a bit shit. Because, like, when he's good at home, they usually put up a fight. You saw it against the Raptors yesterday. He was really good. They still fell short because the Raptors ran right over the top of them because they also don't play any fucking defense. So it's this weird mix. Like, their offense is shit. They're scoring 113.8 points a game. For comparison, that's the same as the Bucks, basically. The Bucks aren't by any measure like blowing doors off anybody with their offense, right? And there you go. So, bit of a crazy one, bit weird, bit janky. Will they miss the playoffs, though? Yeah, nah. Still probably nah, because the East, there is a danger, though, because, Boston will probably fall off. The Bulls, the Pacers ostensibly are a better team than the Bulls. The Hornets might come at them as well. The Sixers will probably make a run at some fucking point. You've sort of just basically got to be better than the Nets and the Bulls and Charlotte. Can the Pacers do that? Probably. But I'm a lot more worried than I was. And speaking of which, should Lakers fans just actually be worried now, Jim? Yeah, nah, yeah. Because I think this is what this team is. Right? You get Austin Reeves back at some point. Cool. But this is the problem, drafting Jordan Hood-Schifino in place of, taking a Jaime Jaquez and stuff like that. They've just got so few fucking other options, when shit just goes sideways. And it's like, hey, LeBron, save us. And he's like, I've got 28 points. And AD's like, I can't move and I'm sad. I'm getting locked up by Kevin Love. It's not great. Unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Now, they're not, usually darlings of much, but I kind of really fucking enjoy watching this Hawks team. Like Dyson Daniel, like Trae Young might be the thing that lets that team down. So you just like, whoa, hang on a second. Should we trade Trae Young and we might get better? Like, it's fucking weird. Jalen Johnson is that good. Dyson Daniels is obviously fucking awesome. And they play these really strange games where they beat good teams, and then the only 2 games that Washington have won all year, they're 2-17, have come against Atlanta. And so I think we did the fun rankings the other day. Atlanta were higher than I probably expected. And even like a week later, I'm like, oh, I think they were too low then because I fucking just enjoy watching them. It's weird. It's kind of cool. And finally, a bit of Outback Takehouse. It's Thursday at Outback, and you know what that means? Oh, yeah, 2 for 1 tasty, bloody bloomin' onions. That's right, no prick in the stone knows what the fuck these things are, but it's some sort of deep-fried onion made to look like a flower because you Yanks are a bunch of fat fucks, and it's only at Outback. And today's fine grilled take is the only way the Lakers can get fixed if JJ Redick gets on the fucking court himself and goes full player coach. Only at Outback. How has this not come up already? Oh, geez, we need shooting. And it's like, you have one of the greatest shooters in NBA history right there. His name is JJ fucking Redick. And he's like, actually, maybe I should. That'd be awesome. Get him out there. Fuck yes. Let's go. It's either that or just fucking fire him and make LeBron play a coach. Like, we're sick of it, LeBron. This is all on you anyway, so fucking sucker up. Bang. All right. Into the Aussie player watch. Let's go. Box Hill Benny Simmons came back from his knee contusion. He played 21 minutes in that win over Indy and was really pretty bloody solid. Like, defensively, he was really good. He still moves like he's like maneuvering around a crowded pub, if that makes sense, right? He's sort of like, nothing's fucking fluid. It's all a bit stop-start. And then sometimes you see the flashes, and that's all I'm after at the moment. Anyway, he had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. That's a bit more fucking like it, isn't he? He went 3 of 3 from the floor, 0 turnovers as well. So I think he's now on just about level pegging with the made field goals, turnovers, and fouls. If not completely flat out level, they're very fucking close, which is good, and that's why we were tracking them. Anyway, Dyson Daniels in that win over Milwaukee. He had 31 minutes. He had 9 points. He shot 3 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown, 2 of 2 at the line. He had 6 assists, 2 rebounds, and as befits your steals leader in the NBA, 3 steals. Johnny Furphy! That's right, Froths. He had the 25 minutes, career high, 12 points, 4 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 8 from downtown, 7 rebounds and a block. You little beauty. Enjoyed that from Froths. He went bloody spare, and so did I. And obviously, we got a no Joe Ingles up against his old, well, he never played for them, but a bit of revenge for Jingling Joe Ingles. The Wolves kicked the fuck out of the Clippers, and he didn't dress, so that's all right. And that was it. There was no other Aussies in action today, so there you go. All right, bit of a quick Andrew Gaze Grey Mumber Award for outstanding achievement in the field of excellence then.
Andrew Gaze Grey Mumba.
All right. Clap it up. Good one today. The Thunder have more steals than turnovers this season. That's insane. More steals than turnovers. They're the only team since the ABA-NBA merger to even come close to doing that so far into a season. Like a quarter of the way through the season, they've got more steals than turnovers. It's nuts. So they had 18 steals last night and 8 turnovers against the Jazz. So they got 250 steals for the season and only 243 turnovers. That's fucking absurd. So, as mentioned, the only team since the merger to have a plus differential 21 games into the season, and that is absolutely a bit of fucking excellence. God damn. You know how hard that is? Steals? More steals than turnovers. Come on, man. It's a hell of a differential to be nailing. So, very, very nice. And then a little bit of quick Kiwi corner. Oh, bro. I just wanted to check in with my good friend Stephen Adams, bro. Oh, how's it going over there, Stephen? Oh, not bad, eh? Oh, it's pretty good. He played 11 minutes against the Sacramento Kings. He had 1 point, 1 foul, 1 turnover, and 6 rebounds in 11 minutes. Very classic Steven Adams vibes. 0 of 1 from the floor, 1 of 2 at the line. And he also played 4 minutes against his old team, Oklahoma City Thunder. He played 4 minutes back on Monday. He had 1 point, so he's being very consistent, at least in the point scoring department. 1 rebound, and again, 1 or 2 at the free throw line. So he is obviously being slowly eased back into, playing and like his role. Obviously, the Rockets have already got. Interesting with the Rockets, they've obviously got Jock Landale. They've obviously got Steven Adams. They are also finally going, hang on a fucking second. We've got LP Şengün. We've got Jabari Smith. How about we play Jabari a little bit more as our big? And it's like, yeah, it's fucking working. Just saying. Good stuff. All right, what about a bit of a Paddy Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in? Let's do it. What do you got? Come on, Paddy. What do you got for us? Give us a good one. That was just my big old bonce sticking out. That was a bit weird. Don't want to do that again. Oh, that's a bit of a Luke Travers one. There you go. Luke Travers, 24, 10 and 6. They're in the G League. It's from a little while ago, though. Nothing from Paddy. That's a bit of a shame. What else we got? What do we got? We've got that one. No. Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Thief. That's pretty nice. Yeah. He's just reposted that. So happy days. All right. Let's do some game previews for Friday. Game previews. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. I'd hate to be a beer in about 15 minutes. Oh, geez. That Stein is going to get diluted. We have a really awesome run of games tomorrow. So Friday, what a hell of a day to be at a fucking festival, you know? Anyway, Denver at Cleveland. Cleveland. Awesome matchup. You've got Jokic up against the Twin Towers there in Cleveland of Go the Fro, Jared Allen and Mobley. And it's because of that I actually kind of like Cleveland. Cleveland -3.5. They're at home. Jam and Jamal Murray has been better. Michael Porter Jr. has been handy of late, obviously scoring at will. He hasn't been hitting too many threes, but the Cavs, 3.5-point favorites. Donnie Mitchell, Darius Rucker, Judy Garland. I think they've probably got a little bit too much guard scoring for the Nugs, who went absolutely hammer and tongs with Golden State, who basically had Steph and fuck all else, right? So I kind of like Cleveland. Let's go. Dallas at Washington. This is an interesting one. The Wiz, they've won 2 games all year. The Mavs are 11.5-point favorites on the road in Washington. I want to go, Washington might have a bit of a chance here. But no, they're horrible. They stink. We're going Dallas -11.5. Luka and Kyrie. You might want to give them the night off. But at the same time, you're Dallas. You're in the West. You can't risk any of this. So let's go to the Mavs. Charlotte, they go to the Knickerbockers of New York City. The Knicks are 15.5-point favorites against the Hornets. That is brutal. The Hornets, no LaMelo. No Grant Williams, obviously, for the season. You got Brandon Spindles Miller. You got Nick Richards. You got Josh Green. 15.5 it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. I'm going to have to go the Knicks. Charlotte are that bad on the road, and without LaMelo, it's like the Knicks can go Brandon Spindles Miller. All right, well, here's OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. We've got Cat backing him up. I think defensively, the Knicks just might strangulate the entire Charlotte team and just go to sleep, go to sleep. So let's go the Knicks -15.5. Then we've got Toronto versus OKC. Now, Toronto have been playing awesome of late. They are 8.5-point underdogs at home against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I am taking Toronto +8.5. They've been that solid of late. OKC just kicked the crap out of the Jazz. But again, on the road still, I think the Raps can at least keep this one vaguely close. So let's take the 8.5 points for the Raps. Then we have Memphis hosting Sacramento. Now the Grizzlies, a bit up and down. Weird loss to the Mavs the other day. They completely cooked that. Spencer Dinwiddie goes off his head. The Mavs shoot 1 million free throws. Grizzlies should have won that one. I'm going to go and stick with the Grizzlies. Grit and grind up against the Sacramento Kings, who are absolute chaos. I feel like I should just not pick Sacramento for another month until I have a vague grasp day in, day out about what the fuck they're going to do. Because at the moment, I've got nothing. It is nuts what they do. So I'm going to go with the Grizz, -4.5 at home. They should be all right. Then we've got a fascinating one. Phoenix, New Orleans. Now, New Orleans, you've got DeJounte Murray back. You've got CJ McCollum. Phoenix, you've only got Devin Booker. No KD, obviously. No Nurk. No Beal, I assume. I'm going to go the Pels, -1.5. They've only won 4 games of the year. I think they sneak out another one here against the Suns. Devin Booker might go absolutely off, but I feel like the Pelicans have got just enough to get by the Suns. Then we have the Bulls at San Antonio. I'm taking Chicago +2.5 in San Antonio. Wemby, he's fallen in love with his three-point shot again, and he's started missing all of them again. It'll swing back again at some point, but I think Chicago, Levine, Gids, Vooch, I think they might. This is just going to be a fucking shootout no matter what. I think the Bulls can keep it close, if not win it outright, so therefore I'm going to take Chicago. And finally, Houston, Golden State. No Steph, no Draymond. We're going Houston. As I said, they're deeper than the Mariana Trench. And defensively, like that's a fun team that can match up against Golden State's defense, right? How fun is this going to be? So I'm going to go Houston. They were +3.5. We should probably check that. That's probably swung all the way back around. I reckon. Yeah, now it's -3.5 for the Rockets. So I'm still happy to go the Rockets as favourites on the road in Golden State. And there you go. That's the entire bloody thing. I'll tell you what. Done. Going to go 6 and 10s. So that's it for today. Now, as mentioned, we'll do a very quick sort of preview show tomorrow morning. Get that up. That'll talk out all the games for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Set you up for your weekend. We're not going to let you, go into it blind. I might be blind later on, but that's all a completely different story. So make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff. We had a couple of other little shorts, bit of MVP stuff, the best teams, blah, blah, blah. Go check them all out. Get around NFL Australia as well. Myself and Gaz talking out all the things NFL. We did power rankings as well for both shows, all the good stuff. AFL and AFLW today. Cricket Today podcast. Second test starts tomorrow as well. Get around the boys. They're crushing it. Football Today podcast for your soccer. Hold all tickets for your GGs. Producer Gerald did a great job filling in and looking after that one too. So get around all of those shows. Rate, subscribe, star, like, comments. Jump in there. Do a review, comment, whatever you're going to do. Help a brother out. I don't ask for much. I might have to ask for a bloody Barocca and a fucking lay down in a second. Jeez, tell you what. Your mate Jim's cooked. This is what I used to do for a living as well. What did you do, Jim? I went to shows like every fucking night of the week, basically. And, I've gone back to back and I'm just rooted. But at the same time, back then I didn't have 2 kids waking me up at fucking 6 a.m. every day. Anyway, get around from Oslo as well. Thank you to them for the intro and outro song, as well as House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinated, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, iOS, Extra in Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them all on Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Face, Apple Music, Spotify. Remember, NBA Straya supports Australian bands, so should you. And that's it. We'll catch you briefly tomorrow, you dickheads. Enjoy your weekend either way. Maybe I'll see you at Good Things in Melbourne, whatever. But I don't know. I'm going to go smash some tins. We'll catch you quickly tomorrow. Until then, it's NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? And the doors are now.